Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
Velkommen alle sammen, welcome to the channel where we give Assassin's Creed reviews, news and tutorials from a historical, accurate point of view. And today we are going over the meaning of this flag in Assassin's Creed Valhalla and the Raven clan, which the playable character Eivor is a part of. So very quickly, clan is not really a Viking thing at all. Clan was a Scottish thing, and the Norse did not really organize themselves under a name like this. So Raven clan is not something that you would ever find that the Vikings ever used to call themselves. Now that doesn't mean that the Norse didn't organize themselves like this, so that's not at all. Family, friends, and region where you were from were extremely important parts of your identity and who you were, and who your loyalties lied to. Family was the number one most important thing. Even if one of your cousins was a horrible person, it was your duty to be loyal to them no matter what. There are plenty of examples of this in the sagas.
I will always be on your side, Sigurd. Always.
But one word that the Norse did use to describe their groups was at. Like you see here, and this just meant that you were descended from a common ancestor, sometimes going back many generations. So those people would have called themselves something like this. These are all a few examples from famous Norse stories. These are the names of some famous clans, and something like Raven clan like this would not have existed. Next, what do these ravens mean on the sail here? Well, this is Hugin and Munin, which were Odin's ravens, and they would fly around the world and bring him news and the myths, but directly translated, Hugin and Munin just means thought and memory in Old Norse. Now, basically, what this represents is Odin. Odin is your soul, it's your spirit, and when we die, and when we are there in the afterlife waiting to be reborn, our thoughts and our memory is all we have with us. But Odin fears that they will one day not return, and that is when we finally forget who we are and when we are reborn again with no knowledge of our past lives. But that's a super long topic, and I'm not going to go into all that here. You can check that out in the link in the description below for more info if you like. Finally, why this design on the sail? Well, sails, but more specifically banners and flags, were very, very important in Norse society. We find these banners with ravens specifically in many different archaeological finds, and we have a lot of historical records of stories that tell about the Norse people using raven banners in battle. Even one ancient source, Orkneyinga saga, it tells a story about a witch who wove a banner with magical powers for a chieftain called Sigurd. And if his army held this banner, they were said to never lose in battle. So there was a catch, however, and that was that the one holding the banner would die in that battle. So eventually they won a lot of battles like this, but nobody wanted to hold that raven banner anymore. So the king himself held it, and he was killed in the very next battle. So that's about all the history about the meaning of these ravens and the flag. If you enjoy, you can check out my other channel for more Viking history videos, and stay tuned for more news and tutorials and history about the coming Assassin's Creed game. Vi ses nästa gång.